Hey guys, got something special for you today, a new smart ring. Got a link for you too, bit.ly/go RingConn. Use that link to head on over. You ready? Here it is. Greetings and welcome to SmartWatchTix.com. We have a white box here with something really fun in it. All it says on the front is 11 US, and that means this is a size 11 smart ring designed to work in the US, where I'm evaluating this amazing prototype of the RingConn. Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about it. RingConn is a smart ring that is, well, it does it all. It pretty much does. I got the main features listed here. Now, up until now, there have been pretty much no competitors to the Oura Ring, the only one on the market that could do all of these things. Well, this one does it, and it does it for about half the price. Look at this, heart rate monitoring, which includes manual monitoring or 24-hour heart rate monitoring, day and night, not just at night. It's got sports tracking like a fitness watch would, where it can do distance traveled, calories, step count, all those kind of computations. You have blood oxygen saturation throughout the night and day, and it will let you know how well you're doing with your oxygen situation. Heart rate variability monitoring is in this one, which will assess how stressed out you are and fold that into your stress monitoring. That will let you know, in addition to body temperature, how you're handling stress. You got 24-hour sleep monitoring, and I don't mean just sleep monitoring. You got to look at what all this thing can do in the app. It's pretty darn extensive. Respiratory rate monitoring. This is under development and will be coming out soon. Again, I've got a prototype of this ring right here. When it's running, it's going to be able to assess your breathing rate, and that can lead to some information about your overall body health. You got skin temperature monitoring in it as well, and close to your finger, which is where it's going to be really accurate. You have a sedentary time tracking capability coming and alarms for sitting too long. So when we open the bag, now this is a prototype. When you get your finished product, it's going to look a lot better than this. But it's under development right now. In the beginning, I hope I have a link at the very beginning that I'm putting on to show you how you can get this through Indiegogo. If it's not there, and it may not be because that's not even ready to launch it yet, make sure you go into the show notes and look for the link right at the very beginning. That's how you'll gain access to Indiegogo so that you can really read all about this in more detail and select your size and get set up to get yourself one of these. That's the actual ring. And look, it's right beside the Oura Rings. For the last several days, I have been monitoring the RingConn and the Oura Rings, Generation 2 and Generation 3 together to see how accurate they are with each other and overall with other instruments that I have. And the bottom line is, this thing is doing really well, and it's still in its prototype development stage. But there's more. Inside here, we got a really big box for a really tiny ring, and you know why? Because it's got a built-in battery backup here. You can take this ring, which will last several days, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, still testing that. Definitely more than 1 or 2, and that's what I've been getting with the Oura Ring. Sometimes I've even had to charge it within the same day, within the same 24-hour period. But this one, you drop it right in here like this. Boom. Okay. And it won't turn because of those bumps on there where the diodes are. And the case itself will charge the ring over and over and over again. So if you want to really trek out into the wilderness and capture all of your data on a smart ring, this is the only combination that will do it. Has a standard USB, micro USB, USB-C connector. See, there it is lit up. and you just simply plug it in, keep this thing charged. You can charge it manually with this on here, or you can, of course, like I said, make it portable and take this with you. I have no manual to show you yet on this. It's all under development. This is the baseline product that was sent to me, the ring, the charger, the cable to get us going. Let's go a little deeper. Then I'm going to really take you down the rabbit hole. The RingConn Smart Ring, the original we're looking at in 3 different color combinations when it's available, has a lifetime free access to all services provided on the app, including data storage and analysis. Now that gets to be a really big thing, and I'll tell you why. If you're familiar with the Oura Ring, the Generation 3, and before it, the Generation 2, this came as a ring, collected data as much as you wanted, years worth of it, and it was all available to you, fully analyzed. You can compare this against that. A sweet ring. Still, probably my overall favorite. Totally discontinued, no longer available. Aura decided to release the Generation 3. Basically the same thing, except it's got some optical diodes in here. You see green and red occasionally. This was infrared, didn't light up at all. At night you can kind of see this one working. But the big difference is your data is available in a limited sense, free. But if you really want to see all the things you got for free with this one, you have to subscribe to a data plan. And basically it's $7, I believe, a month, every month, forever, for you to see your data this week, last month, last year, the year before that. You got to keep your subscription active and going. So $300, $7 a month, and on infinitum, right? With RingConn now, this puppy, with all of the kind of data that you've seen that it collects, including your actual temperature, stress level information, the data that's collected, transferred to the app year after year will be yours to keep and do whatever you want to. There is no subscription, $150. This is available. This is no longer available. Okay, so the only other option is the Oura Ring for about twice the price with a subscription plan. Here, check it out on this chart. The RingConn coming in at about $150 on sale. The Oura Ring is actually $350, sometimes as low as $300 when it's on sale. The subscription requires a monthly fees, we just mentioned. Blood oxygen readings 24/7. Only nighttime for the Oura Ring. Same thing with heart rate variability. You also have stress monitoring and this portable charging case, which supports 18 full charges. Sorry guys, I got a little mistake here, and I've corrected it. This is after the fact. It was 22 times, but they retested it. It's actually 18. That's still plenty to get you 3 months worth of charge capability on this one. The Oura Ring's charger for the ring itself does not have a battery backup built into it, so you have to be connected to electricity. Here's your weight, your battery life, basic health tracking, the sizes, heart rate, and waterproof capability. And that's a good comparison between the two. Now the ring itself, it's really easy to wear. You see the 2 little spots right there. They want to be on either side of your finger with this down at the bottom. This is where green diodes are. This is where a red diode lies for doing your blood oxygen. And your little charging ports are right in there that connect inside the charger. It's totally waterproof. Wash my hands a lot with this one. It doesn't really matter which way you put it on, as long as you put it on with these little spots pointed downward. I wear it on my ring finger on my right hand because that's where size 11 is fitting the best. And oftentimes, on my skin here, oftentimes you can see the little diodes blinking. If it's slightly off center, you can twirl it around, but it kind of locks into place in your finger and just stays there like that. That's all I can really show you on the ring. So everything else you need to know, all of the data that's inside of this, ends up over here on the app. And this is their really well done app, and it's still under development. All of your information right here on the front page. Good afternoon, the date. If it's all lit up, it shows you how much charge it has in it by how white the circle is, and you can tap it to get over to the device. It'll show you It's connected, all the information you need to know, and a model number and your size and a picture of the color of the ring and whatnot. So that's here, and this is where you actually bind it, do firmware updates to it, all of those things. Now we get into the data. Sleep. This is one of my most favorite parts of here. Here is your typical breakout of when you were asleep, and either REM, light sleep, deep sleeping, or awake, and how it breaks out throughout the night. And as we all know, we cycle in and out of that stuff. But I've never seen data presented like this before. Check it out. Down here, it's showing 31 minutes of awake time. And see the little green box? That's what's typical for people. So if you're within that green box, if the edge of the light blue is somewhere in that green box, then you're kind of in that average zone. If it's beyond it, then you had more of that. If it's a little below it, then you had less of that. So in this case, I had 31 minutes of awake time throughout the night. It's a percentage against the entire night, which ranks from when you fell asleep to when you woke up. It's got all of that in here, and all of the different percentages are here. So usually your light sleep is the most active, 46% of that. Deep sleep 26% REM, and I had a lot of wild dreams last night. It was great. I love that. Naps, it's coming soon. It'll also track your naps. You just lay down and take a cat nap. It's going to be recording that. It's going to know when you're napping and be able to give you that information here. That's just the beginning, folks. Tells you your medium. That's kind of where you are in your sleep. And that's just a nice little overview. Learn more about sleep? Tap on this, and here we go. You got your overall score, 78. Good for last night. It tells you each day how long it took you to fall asleep and how much time you were actually asleep. Never seen that broken out before. That's really, really good. Here's your total sleep time, total in bed time, efficiency, your RHR, which is coming soon. That's your resting heart rate. That's also going to be produced by this one. And then your overall sleep stages, again, in broader detail, broken out this way. And a lot of information. Now you come down here and you've got your sleep indicators. This is your overall heart rate showing when you fell asleep, your lowest and your highest heart rate throughout the night, and your average of 58. But look at this. Here's blood oxygen throughout the night, the low, the high, the readings on that one. And this one, which isn't active yet, but it will be. And when it is, it'll give you your airway respiration rate. Pretty cool. And here's heart rate variability. Now I have an anomaly, and these are things that they're working out in the software, and it's a prototype and it's under development. So I got an erroneous high heart rate variability reading. These kind of things will be filtered out later, and you'll see in other data similar. And so there's some gaps where it's not quite picking all that up. So it's a work in progress, but we are pre-launch of the Indiegogo at this point of this review, and this is an early prototype. So they're way, way on their way to having a polished product, in my estimation, and we're just at the very beginning. So that is heart rate, sleep time. I want to show you, if I can. Yeah, I can go back different days, so you see different information. Here's a little better chart of all of this in the heart rate variability, blood oxygen, heart rate itself, the breakouts, the chart, and on and on. I've got that on different days. Well, anyway, I got several days of that data, which comes into play in just a moment. You'll see that. Heart rate, spotty kind of chart. I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting clean data on this, and we're working on that. But here's the daily from midnight to midnight heart rate, giving you your latest, your range, and your heart rate variability analysis, and your resting heart rate will appear down here for that particular day. And at any time, I can tap the button, and it's going to begin taking a reading. Now, I don't know if I can show it to you, but you see the green diodes flashing on the edge of the watch, right, or the ring right there? That's what's used to assess my heart rate. And it's going to come up with and give me the current heart rate. So if you want to be checking your heart rate while you're actively exercising, say you're going to look at the end of your hard workout, you want to see how long it takes to recover to a lower certain heart rate in your zone, you can do all of that stuff by taking the latest heart rate manually. I've been flapping around and moving. It's obviously not going to work. You want to stay still when you're doing this, but that's where it's done in heart rate. Blood oxygen now. Here's your overall blood oxygen reading right to now in the moment from midnight forward. And I can go back previous days. Haven't quite figured how to do that. Okay, here we go. Look at that. A couple of possible sleep apnea incidents. And here's my lowest and my highest. And I touch that and it actually shows you when on the chart. Now, low readings like this could be attributable to a lot of different things. Could be a sleep apnea situation, or it could be that the ring actually moved a little bit, or you're sleeping where it's not making good contact to your skin. So just be aware of that and don't take this as valid data. When it's way off, it's probably an error. And you can switch to different days. Here's another assessment of it, usually between 90 and 100. Notice it's not all bouncing at the top of a chart that goes 0 to 100 and it's just in that little top part. This is smart enough and expanded it from 80 to 100, and between 95 and 100 is typically where you are. Touch down here again, you'll get your highest and your lowest and your range, and all of that's there. Tap here, and I'll start doing an instantaneous blood oxygen reading, and we've got a green diode and we got the red diode going. Can you see right at the top? The red diode is right there. There you go. You see that? Flashing? Yeah, it's all integrated into here. And as far as I know, there may be infrared diodes in here as well. Those are also used in these computations. Blood oxygen. Here's activity, all of our step count for the day, broken up by hour. And on any of these, you can touch on it and see the time frame, and the number of steps. If you press and hold, you can slide your finger along and stop on any particular one you like. That's really nice. Calories burned, distance traveled, all that'll be tied in and integrated together, so you have your overall daily activity information. And again, eventually will be tied in with sedentary reminders as well to get up and move if you haven't been. Heart rate variability tied into an overall assessment of your stress comes in here, your stress index. 120 is really high, really stressed, and the lower the better. My latest stress index is 66 medium. I have a low and a high. Tap on that and it's showing you little indicators where they were. Really nice and relaxed a little while ago, getting ramped up for the review. I'm over here this morning, I guess, after morning coffee and starting to get started with the day. It jumped up pretty high, and I can again press and hold and slide and get information about these on any of them on any day. And again, you can go between the days. Low there, and then it jumped up, and then I took the ring off, so it's really good. Got all kinds of good data on it. I can, coming soon, I'll be able to do the instantaneous stress analysis, but not yet. All of these are really great features. They're adding them one by one, including temperature, which will be in centigrade or Fahrenheit in your area. And right now it's showing in centigrade, but displays in Fahrenheit because it is not working. This is a coming soon thing. When you're watching this, these should already be working, so don't expect that this review, done way back in November of last year, I presume if you're watching this next year. Yeah, notice I didn't say what year? Yeah. That's smart. Anyway, 2022, November, we're playing with this thing. And when this puppy gets out there, I'm sure a lot of folks are going to be watching it in springtime and summer of 2023. All of this will be working. But these are the panels that you have, and this is the data that's collected. When you tap here, we're into that sleep section, which is pretty much what we got by going into here and then going into here. Notice that? But it's a faster way of getting there to simply tap onto the snooze line. And you're getting all of these different indices shown down here that we had talked about earlier. This one now, this is where you got to wear it for a while. at least 2 days, but hopefully for at least 7 days, because it's going to give you some great information. Here's your comparison of the past 7 days average related to your sleep time, I believe, with insights and why it's important. So overall, I don't get a whole lot of sleep, almost 5 hours, and last night was exceptionally low, it looks like, but I'm getting my accumulation. Still don't quite have a full 7 days to get the full analysis. See the dots at the bottom? I can go page by page through this. Here's the resting heart rate, when it's available. 7 days continuous will be on here, and you can get insight and information related to that. We do have the oxygen saturation, 1% down compared with yesterday, but I'm pretty much averaging 96%. If you see your blood oxygen average going down, that could be an indicator of something you want to look into. Smog in your area, health condition that's affecting your breathing, stressful life, you're not breathing deep enough. And all of that's available. If you decide to get into wellness programs, do mindful meditation, whatever it works for you, and monitor your blood oxygen to see on the average over a week, a moving week, if you can make it go up. All in a ring, guys. All in a simple little $150 ring. It's amazing. Great data here. We've got AWRR, and again, I'm not sure what this is, this breath rate, right? And that's coming soon, so that's going to be assessing your breath rate, and you can monitor that. Heart rate variability. This is nice. Here's where we can get a better look at your stress composition by looking at the milliseconds of your heart rate variability. I am down 16 from yesterday. I presume in this analysis, the higher the better. You want more variability. It's kind of oxymoron or backwards. You'd think that having your heart rate exactly like a drummer drumming smoothly would be the best, but it's not. Having it all over the place, but not as crazy as AFib. It's interesting. Anyway, your HRV, and if you study it, and you can study a lot about it, this will give you the numbers for your body from this ring that you can work with for your own information. Here is simulated data for temperature. It's not working yet, but they wanted to have a chart so you could see it. There it is in the line, and here it is shown in centigrade. But again, this is just a holder page. The real temperature will be reflected once they get all of that working on the ring, and it should be in the ring working right now if you're watching this, especially on the Indiegogo page. And that is really all of this stuff, and I just paged through them, but you can pick any one of them out you want to and dive into it from there. Last thing, your weekly report, your user's guide is here. You can get information about you, your gender, your height, weight, date of birth, and account security sign out. This will be your registration information for the ring. You can do version updates of the app, feedback, which is nice to the company. You can set your overall settings for downloading upgrades and set all of your system permissions that are needed to work with the ring. And as far as I know, the Ring app name will be RingConn, RingConn, but it's not in the Google Play Store because it's in beta right now. And we're just, those of us who have the Ring and are testing it out and doing reviews on it are just getting it directly from the company. But by the time you watch this, check the show notes on the video. By the time it actually is launched, I definitely will have the link in the Google Play Store to download the app. Use that link to make sure you're getting the version that's gone through Google's filter to make sure it's clean, no viruses or any other problems. Download it, match it up with your ring, which is very easy to pair, and you're good to go. So we were looking at this at the beginning, and I kind of covered these highlights, but I do want to jump deeper into it for you. All this is on their website. What you can do while you sleep, what you can do while you work, where you're doing all the things that measures heart rate variability and other key metrics, while you play, when you're doing your distance traveled, your workouts. Lifetime subscription. You get a week-long battery, and look at this. You got the case that'll let you do it. I'm sorry, I said a month. It's up to 3 months without having to charge, without having to plug it in. You charge your ring every 7 days or so in the case. Remember the case? And once again, you should get a full 18 individual recharges out of that case, not 22 like we had in the original specs. It's got the battery backup in it. You get this charged, you head off for 3 months to Mars, to the moon. I don't think you can make it to Mars, but you could go for a nice extended stay at the moon and come back and not have to plug it in. You got IP68 dustproof, waterproof. I don't even worry about that. I just wash my hands with it. I shower with it. I don't know if they recommend it or not, but I wanted to use it like I don't plan to take it off except to charge it occasionally. So I should be able to shower in hot water with it, and it works, and it does, and it has for all the time I've been using it. So IPB whatever, 68, 5 ATM, I don't know what you want to call it. It's working as far as being waterproof and dustproof. And it's got an ergonomic design with 3 different colors. Check again the website to see which color appeals to you. This is what they're making the prototype in. It's kind of a gray color, I guess. I presume it's going to also be in gold like the Oura Ring, and silver, it looks like, from the picture that they've got here. So how do you get this thing? You go to the show notes, because I don't have anything else to show you right now. And in there, you'll find first a link to Indiegogo. Indiegogo is a place where you can commit to buying this, and they'll make the product and make it available for you a few weeks, months, or whatever afterwards, and you'll get it at the introductory price. After Indiegogo, if you're still watching this, and it's been a long time now, it's probably going to be available on the open market, either through their website, which might be ringconn.com, I don't know. Again, check the show notes under this video. I will constantly update it on where you can get it and what the best price is. If I have a coupon discount for you because you watched it here, we'll have that as well. It is the next generation to the smart ring technology, introduced in a direct competitive way, in a sense, to the Oura Ring. The first time we've had one out on the market that does pretty much everything that you've seen in these. They are all really good. I definitely do not diss the Oura Ring. I only am frustrated with the subscription plan you have to pay to get the data. But as far as all of the data goes and the functionality of the ring, it's great. And this is too. I'm not seeing significant differences yet. There's a few things yet to be turned on this one. But what it's doing so far, beautiful. Really, really good. So there you have it, gang. The first real contender in the smart ring arena to come out in a long time. This is the RingConn. It is launching on Indiegogo, and you can get to it easily by using this link, bit.ly/GoRingConn. Going to go through the whole process now, and as you know, Indiegogo, the first people who commit get the lowest price, and then it goes up a little bit sequentially after those numbers of set-aside rings are sold out. So if you want to get the best deal on it, jump over there right now because it just launched. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.